Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're really going to cut through the noise, those English learning tips flying around. We want to focus on what truly, fundamentally works. Consistency.
Yeah, forget the grammar hacks, the miracle apps, just for a second.
Right. We've got some really interesting stuff here showing that just showing up regularly is way more powerful than like intense studying now and then.
Exactly. Think of it like the heartbeat of your learning journey.
Yeah.
Steady, reliable. It's not about the occasional sprint. It's about that rhythm.
That's a great way to put it. It's about building something sustainable, isn't
Right.
it? A commitment that actually gets you to fluency.
Absolutely. And it makes the whole process feel less daunting.
Yeah. And we see this play out, don't we? There's this example, David and Sarah. David would cram, whole weekend studying.
Right. Intense bursts.
But then nothing for weeks. He felt stuck. But Sarah, she just did 15 minutes
Yeah.
every single day.
Just a small habit.
And after 3 months, she was speaking confidently. He wasn't. The difference. Just that consistency.
It's striking, really. And that's what we want to dive into today. Why this works and, crucially, how you can make it work in your life.
Making it less like climbing Everest and more like a pleasant daily walk.
Precisely.
Okay, so let's maybe nail down some terms first.
Yeah.
Just so we're all on the same page. Vocabulary time.
Good idea. Starting with the big one. Consistency itself.
Right. Consistency. It's that quality of, always doing things in a similar way. Performing reliably. Like the example says, her consistency helped her speak English fluently. Makes sense.
And flowing from that is fluency, what we're aiming for.
Yeah, the ability to speak easily, correctly, without, constantly searching for words.
Though, as the example reminds us, fluency takes time, but it's definitely worth the effort. It's a journey.
Definitely. Then there's show up. I like this one.
Me too. It's simple but powerful.
It just means being present, taking action. Like even when tired, she showed up and studied. Just doing it.
That act of showing up is half the battle sometimes, isn't it?
Totally. And all this requires effort, naturally.
Yeah, that mental or physical energy you put in. Learning English takes effort, but it gets easier. And consistency helps make that effort feel less effortful over time.
Yeah, exactly. So to tie it all together, there's this simple formula that comes up. Consistency plus effort equals fluency.
Simple, but it really captures the essence. Keep showing up, put in the effort, and fluency follows.
Right. So try saying that one. Consistency plus effort equals fluency.
Okay, now we've got the terms down. Let's get into the why. Why is being consistent so incredibly effective for learning English? It's actually fascinating, neurologically speaking.
It really is. Your brain fundamentally learns through repetition. It's not just about rote memorization like flashcards, although that can be part of it.
Exactly. Every time you encounter a word, a phrase, a grammar structure, and especially when you use it,
You're strengthening connections.
precisely, you're literally building and reinforcing neural pathways. English becomes less foreign, more automatic.
It gets embedded, which is why those massive 5-hour study sessions once a week aren't the best way, right?
Yeah, the research really backs this up. It's much less effective than shorter daily interactions. Your brain benefits more from frequent spaced exposure.
So it's not about the total hours in one sitting. It's about the regularity, the frequency.
Exactly. Think about learning piano. 10 focused minutes every day. Way better than one frustrating hour on Sunday.
Yeah, that makes total sense. So the key principle, the thing to really hold on to is this. A little every day is better than a lot once a week.
Let that sink in. Say it again, maybe. A little every day is better than a lot once a week.
It really is a potential game changer for how you approach learning.
And, English has some brilliant idioms that perfectly capture this idea of persistence and gradual progress. They're not just phrases. They're like little nuggets of wisdom about this process.
Oh yeah, let's look at those. First up, keep at it.
Simple, direct. Just means don't stop. Keep going, even when it's hard.
Like you might say to someone, I know English grammar can be tricky, but keep at it. You're definitely improving.
Then there's stick with it. Very similar vibe.
Yeah, it's about staying committed to your plan, your routine. Don't abandon ship.
Right. If you stick with your daily listening practice, you'll notice a real difference.
Okay, and a classic. Rome wasn't built in a day.
Yes. The ultimate reminder that big achievements take time. Fluency doesn't happen overnight.
Exactly. So if you're feeling impatient, remember, Rome wasn't built in a day. Be patient with yourself.
And finally, bit by bit. I really like this one. It emphasizes the small steps.
Me too. It's about slow, steady progress through small, consistent actions. Like bit by bit, her vocabulary grew.
It wasn't a sudden leap, it was cumulative.
So these idioms, keep at it, stick with it. Rome wasn't built in a day, bit by bit. They all point to the same truth, don't they?
They really do. The power of sustained effort over time. Maybe try using them this week. See how it feels.
Good idea. Now let's shift gears a bit. We've talked about why consistency is important, but how can we actively practice in a consistent way, especially for speaking?
Well, one really effective technique is called shadowing. Have you heard of it?
I have, yeah. It's basically like being an echo, right? You listen and repeat almost immediately.
Exactly. You listen to native speech and try to mimic it in real time, focusing on the rhythm, the intonation, the pronunciation. It builds muscle memory for speaking.
Okay, let's actually try a little shadowing right now. I'll say some short sentences fairly slowly. Your job, listening, is to repeat them right after me. Don't worry about perfection. Just try to match the flow. Ready?
Let's do it.
I am learning English every day.
Listener repeats.
I don't need to be perfect.
Listener repeats.
I just need to be consistent.
Listener repeats.
Bit by bit, I am improving.
Listener repeats.
I show up, I practice, I grow.
Listener repeats.
English is becoming easier for me.
Listener repeats.
I believe in myself. I believe in my progress.
Listener repeats. Great. And doing that regularly, even just for a few minutes, honestly, it makes a huge difference to your confidence and how natural you found over time.
Absolutely. Okay, so we know consistency is vital. We've practiced the technique, but the big question remains, how do we actually build this consistency into our lives? Life gets busy.
It does. It's easy for good intentions to fall by the wayside, but there are some simple, practical strategies. We've got 5 key ones here.
Right, let's hear them. Number 1.
First, create a daily routine. This is fundamental. Set aside a specific time each day just for English.
Doesn't have to be long, right?
Not at all. Maybe it's listening to something like this during your commute or 10 minutes with flashcards over coffee. The key is making it a non-negotiable part of your schedule, like brushing your teeth. It becomes automatic.
Okay, routine. Got it. What's number 2?
The 2-minute rule. This is brilliant for those days you just don't feel like it.
We all have those.
Tell yourself, I'll just do 2 minutes. Anyone can do 2 minutes, right? But the magic is, once you start, you often keep going. It overcomes that initial inertia.
I like that. Just lower the barrier to entry. Okay, number 3.
Track your progress. There's something really motivating about seeing a visual representation of your consistency.
Yeah, like putting X's on a calendar.
Exactly. Or using a habit tracker app. Seeing that chain of successful days builds momentum. You don't want to break the chain.
Makes sense. Keeps you accountable to yourself. Number 4.
Have a minimum goal. Similar to the 2-minute rule, but focused on outcome. Set a tiny, ridiculously easy daily goal.
Like what?
Like learning one new word, or reading one paragraph, or saying one sentence aloud. Something so small you can't not do it. It guarantees you engage every day, even minimally. Those small wins add up.
Okay, minimum goal. Easy does it. And the last one, number 5.
Reward yourself. Acknowledge your consistency. When you hit a milestone, maybe 5 days in a row or a full week, give yourself a little reward.
Doesn't have to be big, I assume.
Not at all. A nice coffee, watch an episode of your favorite show, whatever motivates you. It reinforces the positive behavior, makes your brain associate consistency with pleasure.
So routine, 2-minute rule, tracking, minimum goal, and rewards. Sounds like a solid toolkit.
It really is. It's about embedding English into the fabric of your day. Try saying this affirmation. I make English part of my daily life.
I make English part of my daily life.
Feels good.
Right. Now, with all that in mind, maybe it's a good time for a little reflection.
Yeah, let's pause for that. Think about this honestly for yourself. First, how consistent are you right now with your English learning? No judgment, just an honest assessment.
Second question, what's one small habit, maybe drawing from those tips, that you could realistically add to your day starting tomorrow? Just one tiny thing.
And third, what obstacles usually get in your way? What stops you from being consistent? And maybe brainstorm one way you could tackle just one of those obstacles.
Remember, it's not about achieving perfection overnight. It's about progress. Every single day is a new chance to show up. And hey, you're listening to this right now. That is showing up. That's taking action for your English, so acknowledge that.
Definitely. Before we wrap up, let's quickly revisit the key words we talked about. Try saying them aloud after me. Consistency.
Fluency.
Effort.
Routine.
Show up.
Feel those words. And the idioms, too. Let's refresh those.
Keep at it.
Stick with it.
Rome wasn't built in a day.
Bit by bit.
Maybe pick one of those idioms and repeat it to yourself during the day. Let it be your mantra. Train the English brain.
So wrapping things up, the core message here is pretty clear, isn't it? Fluency isn't some magic destination you suddenly arrive at.
No, it's the natural outcome, the result of all those small, consistent actions you take every single day.
And, like we just said, by tuning into this, by engaging, you are already doing the most important thing. You're showing up.
Exactly. And every time you do that, every bit of effort, every word, every listening minute, you're moving forward, bit by bit, word by word, step by step towards fluency. Keep going.
Keep at it. And here's something to maybe mull over after this. Think about this power of small, consistent steps. It's huge for language, obviously, but where else in your life could this principle apply? What other big goals could you tackle, not with grand gestures, but with steady, daily, bit-by-bit progress? Something to think about.